I can't keep the giggles off my face. I'm so proud today. I'm even off topic right now, but let me get back on. Let me get serious. This is Mentorship Moments. Each one teach one. Listen, guys. Hey, we are coming out of this pandemic, baby. We are coming out of it. It's slowly being cautious, but we're coming out of it. Problem is, a lot of you, gyms closed down. A lot of people are already suffering from obesity. And then they went shut in. We shut our doors to keep ourselves from getting sick because many of us had risk factors. If it's not obesity, it's other chronic illnesses. And now we're coming out of it. Gyms are all opening up. There's still the risk of getting COVID-19. So what do we do? What were we doing? Do we need a reboot on wellness? Man, I thought it was going to be just me today, but I got shocked out of my butt today. I've got the best guest in the world, and this guest I'm in love with. We talking about rebooting your wellness. Let's talk about it. Mentorship Moments, each one, teach one.
Sometimes you just gotta make it happen. Gonna make it happen. Gonna make it happen. Just make it happen. Just make it happen. Just make it happen.
Man, I'm having a hard time pulling the giggles together because it took me everything to get my guest today to come on the show. She acts so shy, and what I love about her is her properness and her reserve. But I said, baby, I need you. Remember Count Blackula? I need you. And she came, and she gave me the business on the way up here. But let's talk about what we're here to talk about. First, let's give an honor to our sponsors. Yulita Carter, thank you for sponsoring the show. Mutual Realty Consultants. Now, this is a 5-star company. She's thebomb.com. You can pull up that next photo. We can get that number for her contact. It's coming. It's coming. I know. Hey, this is live. I love this. There you go. All right. So that's the number to call. Man, I'm telling you, she is the business, man. And thank you so much, Yulita, Mutual Realty Consultants, for sponsoring. Shouts out to Denise Porter. Always in support. Thank you so much. We need more sponsors. And here's how we get that sponsorship. We made it easy now in technology. In technology, you can Venmo me at CJ Functional if you want to support the show. If you like what we've been doing about this community thing, about getting the whole community well, you can also do us with Cash App, $ CJ Functional. Those are the two ways you can get. Hey, just subscribe, put a little note. Each one, teach one. I'm supporting your show, and I'll give you a shout out. Next, there's a couple of special photos I want to give. A special shout out to my wife, Eva Joseph. Happy birthday. She just turned 50, looking 30. See, guys, 50 is a new 30, and her youth keeps me young. And yes, look, that's like almost 23, 24 years of loving right there. And she looks great. I must be doing something right or driving her crazy one way or the other. I'm like a cat you can't even catch, And speaking of that, we're talking about obesity. I brought along what we call the cool down queen, but actually she's my queen. I want you to take a look at this video from Battle of the Beaujolais, my first TV pilot, and then I will introduce you to the queen herself.
Can't look at me and know that. I am Eva Joseph, queen of the cool down, influencing about fitness and how important it is to put fitness as part of your daily activities so that we can reduce incidence of obesity and diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, heart disease, alarming rates. We teach them these fitness skills, and in turn they go back to their community and teach their families and then teach their friends, and the word spreads.
I've got some of them. Man, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on my show, she's been sitting in the corner, helped me out, but I said, no, you helped me today with your fine self.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now guys, don't you stare too long, and some of you women, because I'm coming after you, okay? Don't be, hey, okay. This is my wife, Miss Eva, the cool down queen, Miss CJ Joseph. It's only me and you, so I'm gonna give you a standing ovation.
Thank you.
I got the pose in the back, give it up.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm here today to help them out. Yes.
Look at you getting all bold and beautiful, man. Oh my God, look at you. And just look at all perfect. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna stop because she came in support, but I dragged her in as a guest because you know what? She's a health educator.
Yes, thank you.
And I think it is important, very important for us to get her perspective as a health educator. My perspective as a fitness trainer is how we reboot America back into shape, man, because people have been sitting out for a while, So
Long time, yes.
So I'm just gonna throw it out here. There are some stats that we have. I like to pull references. I don't like to just fake the funk. So, Eva, you're reading from the CDC. We was, and you tried to pull it up on the card, man, and I thought it was some interesting stats.
All right, so here's some facts about obesity and how getting COVID-19 and being obese, it actually worsens the way the disease affects your body. So obesity, and this is directly from the CDC, obesity worsens outcomes for COVID-19. Adults with excess weight are at an even greater risk of when they contract COVID-19. Having obesity increases the risk of severe illness from COVID-19. People who are overweight may also have an increased risk. So not just being obese or morbidly obese, but even being a little bit overweight causes the disease to be a little bit more severe. Having obesity may triple the risk of hospitalization due to the COVID-19 infection. Obesity is linked to impaired immune function. Obesity decreases lung capacity and reserve and can make ventilation more difficult. As BMI increases, the risk of death from the COVID-19 increases. And also, as BMI, your BMI, you want to be able to keep that under control because the higher it gets, not just COVID-19 affecting you, but a lot of other diseases. Studies have demonstrated that obesity may be linked to lower vaccine responses for numerous diseases such as influenza, hepatitis, and also tetanus. So essentially, when you get any vaccine, if you are obese or overweight, the greater weight you have on you, the effectiveness may not be as well as a study show because not all the vaccines are tested on morbidly obese or obese people. So it might affect you a little differently. So that's something to keep in mind.
Look at you going off already. Why are you trying to run my show?
Go for it.
Oh, will you let me lead? I'm just, we have like a co-sharing relationship, man. It's a 100%. We lead each other differently. Sometimes it hurts me the most. I'm working twice, right?
No.
Listen, Eva was a very intricate part of, she's seen what obesity was like firsthand, helping us with our battle of Fitness Syndicate versus Obesity Pride. We had 4 campaigns where we helped people from the community on our own dime get in the best shape of their life not for the vanity, for the reality of fitness, being there for your family in the long run. So that's why we call her the queen of the cool down. I was like the devil. I was like cracking the whip.
He would kill him and I would chill him. So they were happy when they saw me coming because after all that, it's like, okay, let's relax. Let's bring it down. Let's stretch. So,
Well, now that everybody's coming down off the amazement of your beauty, and they see what I see, we need a commercial break because I'm kind of warm, after reading you all looking all professional and stuff. Let's take a break. This is one of our sponsors, CJ's Functional Fitness, where you don't have to be a fighter to feel like one. So let's train. In life, we all have opponents to prepare for. But you don't have to be a fighting champion to defeat your current condition. You don't need to be the ultimate anything to tap out the stressors in life. But what if I told you that mastering your physical well-being, like a fighter, directly relates to mastering the obstacles in your daily life? The only challenger that awaits you is yourself. Do you accept your challenge? I'm CJ, and this is CJ's Functional Fitness, where you don't have to be a fighter to feel like one. So let's train. Yes, you don't have to be a fighter to feel like one. Gyms are open back up, baby. So,
yep, they are.
So come back home. Won't you come back home to CJ? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know we got y'all in shape. Anyway. Hey, look, while I'm working on getting this PowerPoint up, I want to give you guys a number to call because we are talking nutrition. And we're going to talk about in order to reboot you, we want to be able to educate you, okay? We want to be able to educate you on what nutrients do. So I'm really excited about this segment. Even, if they want to call in, if they have any fitness questions or anything that we can try to answer, what's the number they can call?
Yes, if you want to call in, ask a question, the number is 323-815-4204. So feel free to call in with any of your questions. We're going to go over some basic steps and tips about nutrition that you can incorporate now to get back on track, because a lot of people are going back to work, or you're thinking, okay, we got to get back to normal at some point. So how do we even start? So we're going to give you some tips on that today.
Yes, and I'm going to say the number again, real sexy like. 323-815-4204. I'm feeling sexy with her standing next to me. She makes me look real good. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. And if you're on Facebook, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, Eva will be checking. If you guys have questions, throw them out there. If you want to say hello, we'll give your name a shout out. All good. We love you. Just spread the word about the show. It's all about the community. All right. So let's get right into it. Our first segment is going to talk about nutrition. I want you to understand the power of nutrition, because if you understand what foods do, maybe, just maybe, you'll think of it a little bit differently. What do you think about that, Eva?
I think so, because, think about it. It's more of what you eat than what you do, because you can exercise for an hour and burn about 500 calories, and it can take you about 10 minutes to eat those 500 calories. So what you eat is super important.
Wow. So if I were to tell you, if you were just a lane, because I'm not going to speak to the people like we're doctors, okay? Because we got a show in 2 weeks. So I got a doctor coming in 2 weeks to deal with cancer and obesity. Okay. Yes. I want to speak to people in as layman terms as possible. No micrograms, kilograms. I'm just going to keep it really real. If someone were to explain food to you in an easier way, would that be a more sellable pitch than me just trying to oversell my professionalism? What do you think?
Yes, we need to know how to do it easy.
All right.
So make it convenient for us.
All right, so here we go. Well, this segment is going to be called The Battle of Choice. Understanding nutrition while in a pandemic or coming out of a pandemic. So let's go ahead and get started. Basically, the concept that we have at CJ's Functional Fitness is I want people to eat to live, not live to eat. All right. When we live to eat, I know soul food feels good to the soul, but when we're doing too much in moderation and we're not active, it becomes a problem. Let's talk about some big nutrients that everybody talks about, that we all talk about. The first thing we want to talk about is protein, and we're going to put up on the screen what protein looks like. Now, I want you to look at some of these foods, and even we may have objections. Some people may have religious beliefs as far as some of the things that are on the item, but we're going to talk about it, all right? Proteins. As you can see, you look at the salmon, you look at the nuts, you look at the grains, you look at some of the meats. I see pork up in here. I don't eat pork. I don't have my clients eat pork. I got some problems with pork, but it is a protein. It's the other white meat, right?
And also notice that these are lean meats. You don't see skin on these meats. You don't even see bone, right? So skinless, boneless. That's a good point to take when you're trying to purchase meats. And if you can, even, I would suggest, just a suggestion, try also purchasing organic meats.
Well, we also see dairy, salt dairy on that. Some people drink dairy, but you don't need it. I'm one of those. I don't drink dairy. I ask my clients not to have dairy. But that's a choice. If that's something you can tolerate, it is a protein. It also has vitamins, but it's up to what your system can palate. So what do proteins do? So Eva, you can join in on this with me. Proteins promote muscle growth. Listen, muscle growth, right? You want your muscles to grow, right? And I'm not talking getting super buff like CJ. I'm talking about lean, healthy functional muscle tissue. And then we're also talking about muscle repair. And then it helps with the muscle structure, and it also helps with your organ health. And I know you teach that to your kids a lot. Anything you want to add to that, babe?
Yes, just especially with muscle repair. So when exercising, when you're building your muscle, those fibers are breaking, they're tearing. And in order for them in order for you to build a stronger muscle, you need to have protein in your body to help that muscle build and repair and become stronger. So that pain or soreness is actually, a good thing. It means that your body is growing. So protein is a macronutrient and is something that we absolutely need in our diet. Some people don't eat meat, and that's okay. You can combine different things like rice and beans. Those are two incomplete proteins. When put together, it makes a complete protein.
Wait a minute. Can you explain that again? Because there's a lot of people that don't understand that you put together proteins.
Yes. So there are a list of proteins that are incomplete. And so there's 9 essential amino acids. So when you combine certain foods together, for those people who are vegetarian or vegan, you can still get protein in your diet without having to eat meat products or animal products.
All right, y'all listening. This is coming from a place of love. We've dedicated since 2003?
Yes.
Officially since 2000, our lives to helping people in fitness. So we know what we're talking about, all right? Cool, I love this, and I love you. All right, so here it is. Happy birthday. Anyway, some birthday, right? All right, let's talk about carbohydrates. I want you to take a look, guys, on the screen, what carbohydrates look like. And let's talk about what's on the screen if we have it. So those healthy fats. Let's see what... carb, that's okay. Got the poetess running the show. Oh, we love you for this. All good. That's what I love about being live. Carbohydrates, guys, I want you to take a look on the screen. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and like and share. All right. And I think there's a button where you can donate to it. It's all good. We got more of this coming. We're going to heal these communities, right, Eva?
Yes.
Carbohydrates. All right, let's take a look at the screen. Now, you'll notice when you're looking at some of these foods, they cross over. Mm-hmm. Like, you'll see bananas, you see potatoes, you see apples, which is a fruit, right?
Yes.
But it's also a fibrous carbohydrate. These are all carbohydrates. Now, if I told you, look at the orange. Well, orange is vitamin C. Well, guess what? It's a carbohydrate also. So I want to educate you on why do we need carbohydrates, Eva?
We need carbohydrates because it helps our bodies with energy, right? We burn energy with everything that we do. So carbs helps us burn that energy. Also, carbohydrates tend to have a lot of vitamin B, which we absolutely need in our body. Our nervous system keeps us calm. So we need carbs. When people say no carb diet, you absolutely need carbs in your diet. You remember what happened to you when you tried to not eat carbs? He was angry. So you don't want to be angry, right?
Why are you bringing up my personal business?
He tried it once. Didn't work for him. It won't work for you. You need carbohydrates in your diet.
While she's filleting my personal life to you guys can call if you have fitness questions. We're going to answer them. 323-815-4204. You can even hit us up on Facebook. Eva's checking. If you have questions, we'll answer them. Let's talk about what carbs do per the other half of CJ's Functional Fitness, CJ. Now, she already said it was an energy source. Now, if you look at food as energy, giving you energy to sustain, and I look at it like a fire furnace, you got to put little bits of coal to keep it in. That's how I look at carbohydrates. Now, later on, we're going to talk about these popular nutrition plans.
Yes.
And I'm going to lay myself out again about, but I'll talk about the ones that I like. All right. But let's just stick to the subject while I'm getting brutalized by my wife again. All right. Muscle preservation. Yes, it facilitates muscle preservation and also heart health. So it's a good source of energy. You need carbs, but we'll talk about later in the next segment how much we need. Now, Eva, this may be a bad word in some people's home because, when people relate to obesity, adipose tissue, they hear the term fat and think that's a negative.
Right.
Let's talk about fats. Let's take a look at what some fats are. You'll be surprised at what fats are. So we'll get a photo of some fats. Because it's always seen as a healthy fat. So if you take a look at the screen,
yes,
does that look unhealthy to you?
Nope.
Man, can you tell our peeps what they're looking at right now?
So we're looking at salmon, we're looking at some nuts, eggs, we're looking at avocado, we're looking at olive oil, olives. So these are healthy fats. In infants, fats are especially important for brain development in babies. So breastfeeding, when a mom breastfeeds and she loses weight because the breast milk, the fats, metabolizing the fats to get to the baby because the baby needs those fats for essential brain development. But we, as humans, we need fats too, but we need healthy fats. We're not talking about saturated fats. We're talking about unsaturated fats are super important for our diet.
Now, if you notice, you'll see that the eggs were also in the protein section, right?
Yes.
You know, so these foods, I was going to use the word cross-contaminate, but this is positive. They cross over. They cross over, all right? So let's talk about what fats do from a trainer's perspective, you know, because we've got the health educator's perspective. So let's talk about from, you know, or you're talking about organ protection. I know you mentioned that.
Yes.
We also talked about cell growth. And we also talked about nutrient absorption and hormonal health. So knowing that, this is what is good about fats. Now, I have a Facebook viewer watching right now, and I'm just going to expose you for the devil that you are. His name is John Wolf,
Yes.
and he is
Hey,
asking,
Wolfie. How's it
is
going?
alcohol a carbohydrate? Man, that's my brother for another. No. Okay. No, yes, it is, but it's not the carbohydrates you're on. Remember, 75 hard, my brother. 75 days. Shouts out to Sadia Sanders. Got a question for you, Eva.
Yes.
Oh my God. What is your skincare routine and what foods are good for healthy skin? Oh my God. She's taking over my show.
Skincare routine. Well, my beauty secrets. Let's see. You have to drink a lot of water. Lots of water is good to help purify your skin, honestly. I do drink a lot of water. I, of course, wash my face morning and night. Keeping your skin clean and moisturized, right? No matter what moisturizer you use is important. And also, every single day, going outside, you need to put sunscreen on. I don't care what tone your skin is, you need sunscreen. So cleanse, moisturize, and sunscreen, and drink lots of water. You need your fruits and vegetables for your vitamins and minerals. So you still have to eat good if you want to look good and you want to feel good.
Eva, when we have a makeup show.
Okay.
Okay. Good Lord. Come on.
Okay,
She was a makeup artist.
Yes, I was. That was like my first major job through college, makeup artist. Yes, skincare consultant. That's what it was.
But we're not talking about vanity.
Okay, we're not talking about makeup. We're not talking about
but thank you, Sadia Sanders, for the compliment. And that's Sadia Sanders. That's the founder of the Urban Spinster. She's our single life expert. You've seen her from time to time. All right. So moving forward, let's go ahead and talk about my favorite. And if it doesn't happen for me, I get very upset.
Okay.
Let's put fiber on the screen, poetess. Let's see what some fiber. It's huge.
Yes.
It's huge. Now, my wife gets mad at me every time I ask her, and I'm asking out of love. How many times? Oh my God. Oh, TMI? Oh, so you're gonna lay me out? I can't lay you out? All right.
What do you have? What he does? He asks me every day. What do you ask me? Tell me.
How many times did you go to the rest? Did you do number 2? I asked you because I love you.
He says he asked me this because I said I'm regular. I'm a regular person. I'm good. Don't worry about me. Are you okay?
I'm good. Okay. I'm good. I'm up to 2 or 3 now. All right.
Good,
Thanks to your good cooking.
All right.
So if you're looking at the fiber on the screen, you'll also see certain crossover foods. Okay. We're talking about avocado. We've got the spinach. We've got nuts. We've got legumes. We've got beans. And pears, look at that pear in the back, and berries.
Yes, even fruits.
They're fibrous
Vegetables.
foods. Now, you know what's cool about fiber? All right, we're going to talk about what's cool about fiber. Fiber helps you go to the bathroom. All right, I don't know about you, but I'm approaching 50. I mean, you stole me at a young age. You are at 50. And the older I get, the older I get, the more important a bowel movement is for me. Is this you? If you've had like one every other day and you're like grumpy and you don't know why, or your skin is not as glowing as it is, man, maybe you're not getting enough fiber in your system, you know? Now, fiber removes waste. It gives you a full feeling that keeps you satisfied.
Yes,
you know,
it
the
does.
non-layman term, we call it satiety, you know? And when your system is flushed out, that is great for your internal system, you know? So how do you feel when you're done? I mean, I don't mean like that. Well, yes, I do. When you've had a good one, all right? How do you feel?
See, there he goes again. Everyone needs to be regular, having regular bowel movements. And if you're not, you need to make sure you're drinking lots of water and having those fiber foods in your diet. Not fast foods, fiber foods. Vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds. Those are the things that help flush out all the waste in your intestines. And you absolutely need that because that could be detrimental in the long run and leading to issues with your stomach and colon. And we don't want that.
Hey, Franciosis Xavier Castle, what's up, man? He's got a question about what combination of foods can he put together. Hey, we're going to answer that question, on the third segment. Okay, we're going to show you how, especially before you lift. That's the question you're asking. I'm going to make sure I get to that.
And that's my cousin all the way from Canada, Francois. Shout out.
Canada. Did I get that right?
Okay.
Is that? All right. Okay. I feel like we're dating again.
Clearly, I bring out something in you. Clearly.
Clearly.
Okay.
All right. So the next, I'm just glad you're here. All right. So the next phase is the thing I want you to talk about is water. And Eva, I'm gonna let you take this one because water is so important. And that's part of the reason why your skin looks so great.
Thank you so much. Yes, water. Usually the recommendation for water is about 8 to 10 glasses a day. However, that depends on how active you are. If you're exercising and working out, you're going to need more water. If you are, if it's a hot day outside, you're going to need more water. If you're feeling a little under the weather, you're going to need more water. So water sources, try to get just pure water. Some people want to count, juice is water. No. Soda is water. No. Coffee. No. We're talking just straight up water. And that also helps cleanse your system. Remember, we're made up of over 70% of our body, 60 to 70% water, every single cell in your body. So water is super important.
So I want to give a little tip from my perspective on water. This is something now, everybody has disputed facts of how much water you need. I mean, you almost want to say there's never enough water, but yeah, you can overload on water for sure.
You can definitely overload on water. Yes.
So for those of you that do not drink water, and I've had clients that just had refused to drink water, my trick is this. Have a water before every meal. So if you're eating 5 small meals, that's 5 small glasses plus 3 more, and you're getting your 8 glasses. If you're an active person, you're going to need a little bit more. So you can carry your little pint bottles or whatever and just sip on that throughout the day. What about those people that just hate water but have to drink? What can they do to make water better?
If you want to make water better, add a splash of fruit. Put some berries in there, some watermelon, some kiwi, whatever fruit you like. Even oranges at the bottom of your water to give the water the essence flavor. It's refreshing. The great thing about water is it has no calories all by itself. You just feel refreshed drinking it. So it's a good way to keep your weight in control without drinking, juices or other things and, loaded coffee drinks. Water refreshes you and is calorie free.
Now, I got a YouTube question, but I don't have it. But the Urban Spencer, she's going to text me the question, and I promise you we will answer it. It's on YouTube because our YouTube live listeners are watching too, and we will answer it. Now, getting close to the commercial break, I want to talk about vitamins, okay? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about vitamins, guys. Vitamins, we never get enough of. You're never going to get the nutrients from food completely. Okay, you're never gonna. So that's where vitamins come in. So I want to talk about that, Eva. But I want to give the queen, the most credible health educator,
Thank you.
the one that teaches our children, a chance to lay in first.
Vitamins are important. You can find them in fruits and vegetables, mostly. Also in just the macronutrients like carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. But most concentrated in fruits and vegetables. They help balance out our bodies with hormones, help with our immune system, help with a variety of things, repairing our cells and tissues. Note that there are some vitamins that are fat soluble and some vitamins that are water soluble. So the fat soluble vitamins, those help, they stay in the fat of your cells when you eat, so they last a little longer. But water soluble vitamins like vitamin C, for example, every time you go to the restroom, if you have any excess, it goes out in your urine. And so that means throughout the day, you have to replenish those vitamins that are water soluble, like vitamin C, folic acid, etc. So you have to eat more than just your fruits in the morning and vegetables. You got to eat throughout the day.
Well, since this is about educating on what vitamins do, we might as well know now, okay? Vitamin A for eyes, immune, and skin, right?
Yes.
Vitamin B6 for brain, nerves, and cells. Vitamin B12, and I'm talking slow so you guys can get all this, for our red cells and nerves. Vitamin C for bones, teeth, and skin. Vitamin D for bones and calcium absorption. And did you know that while you're consuming vitamin D, stepping out into the sun enhances that photosynthesis?
Yes, you need 20 minutes at least of sunlight to allow your vitamin D to process.
Oh my God, we're going to talk about that in just a second. That's a good point. I almost forgot. Folic, he that has a good wife has his good thing. Folic acid, cell health, heart, and prevents heart disease or helps to prevent. Vitamin K for blood clotting. Niacin helps conversion of food to energy, all right? And then the riboflavin, energy chemical, all right? So now that you understand what those, did I convince some of you out there to listening to start, when we gave you the why, would you start taking your vitamins? And you can get all these in simple multi-male and female vitamins, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, at your local store. I can't endorse because they're not paying me. When you pay me, I'll endorse you. Okay?
Right. And try your best to get them out of natural food sources. But if you know that your diet isn't what it should be, choosing a multivitamin does help.
Well, dang, babe. You killed it. All right. Oh, so when we come back, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to talk about popular eating habits that I properly trend. I don't like to call them diets.
Okay.
Popular trends
All
that,
right.
that I like, and we'll see if you like. So when we come back on a break, we're going to hit that, and we're going to talk about habits. Okay?
Habits, yes. Sounds good.
Not every day I have the power to fight, but my body needs me. My opponent is high blood pressure. You don't have to be a fighter to feel like one, so let's train.
All right, welcome back. That's right. You don't have to be a fighter to feel like one. So let's train. You know, my partners get it wrong all the time. They say all kind of stuff to make me laugh.
Okay.
But it's you don't have to be a fighter to feel like one. So let's train. Hey, look, I want to talk about some of these popular plans.
Okay.
I will give you the points, and you tell me these are why I like them. Because you can eat, okay? I want my people to eat. I don't want people to starve themselves with a misconception of fitness. I really don't, okay? Because that's vanity, okay? You got to eat to lose weight. But now there are methods that I believe that are really positive, that cause a positive effect on weight loss, and you still keep your energy. I'll start with the keto plan. All right, we're going to put some bullet points on the keto plan. Now, keto, we're talking about consuming foods high in healthy fats.
Healthy fats.
Now, this does not give you the permission to go eat hog maw and pork chops and all that stuff. Those are, unsaturated fats? Saturated
Those
fats.
are saturated,
They're
yes.
saturated fats. Those are the ones that are clogging your heart. We're talking about, if you look on the screen, there's that cross positivity. You got avocados. You've got certain oils, salmon. Those are good, healthy fats that you need to consume. I can't wait to get to the why, Eva. High to moderate protein. This is the keto plan. Okay, so salmon, fish, chicken, and then low carbohydrate. So it didn't say no. Now this is where you tried to lay me out. Years ago, I tried I'm not going to say the diet, right? Because I loved walking around the earth at 4% body fat, 225 pounds.
It's true.
And I was training for all kind of fights and stuff like
Yes.
that. My wannabe fight career, I had to choose family over fight. Thank God she convinced me, stabbed me to choose family.
I didn't do that. That was very nice.
It was the right call. Trust me. It's cheaper to keep her. Anyway, so high healthy fats. We're talking about 65 to 70% of your diet, right? We're talking about high proteins, 25, 30%, and then we're talking about maybe 5% carbohydrates. So you do need carbs for energy, but how much do you need, okay? The energy, do you guys talk about ketosis with your kids?
Yes, we do. But here's the thing.
All right, go for it.
Keto, that's a good diet for some. But, I'm always the exception.
I got
right?
two more, yeah.
Because I have a lot of allergies. So a lot
True,
of the things
true
that
that.
are on the keto diet that are recommended, and I've looked into it, I can't eat those things. I'm allergic to eggs. I'm allergic to a lot of nuts. There's a lot of things that I'm allergic to that I cannot consume. So it has to be a diet that works for you and that you're committed to.
Right.
But if you choose keto, yes, it's within the healthy range.
So what works for keto is the reason why I think the science behind it I like. They do allow you to eat some carbs, but at the same time, it puts you in a state of metabolic ketosis. Your energy is not coming from carbs. Your energy is being pulled and burned from fat, keep you in that metabolic state. There are people that are losing body fat, and I've seen some clients that are doing keto and having
Yes.
some success. But yes, to each his
Absolutely.
own.
Yes.
And when we're done, we'll give you some choices, but That's the keto plan.
The
all right?
keto plan, yes, it works for many people.
Are you ready for the next one?
Oh, what's the next one?
Okay.
I always argue with him. I always like to disagree. That's just me.
And you know what? That's why I married her, because if she agreed with everything, I'd be dead or a stripper or something like that, and then be dead again from being a stripper.
Okay, what's next? What's next? Come on, let's go.
Is that TMI? All right.
Let's go.
The next, here's one that everybody keeps talking about, intermittent fasting.
Okay.
Let's put intermittent fasting on the board.
Let's do that.
All right. So when we talk, and I want to make it in layman's terms, because it's not like you starving yourself to death, and I want to take the stigma out of the word fast. We're not talking about a 3-day fast, for holiness or anything like that. I have my pros and cons with that, but I don't bother religious people when they do that. Intermittent fasting is having an eating window of 8 to 10 hours. 8 to 10 hours, fasting for 14 to 16 hours. Now, there are choices. Now, the benefits of intermittent fasting is improved stress resistance, boosts brain function and clarity. I have tried this and I love it, but I'll give you the most important thing. Improves blood sugar, and claims of increased weight loss have occurred with people like myself and some of my clients that have tried intermittent fasting. I've got this, so you can go to healthline.com to pull up these stats. I love to give citations. The reason why I like it is because we fast anyway, okay? When we go to bed at night, you're fasting. All you're doing is extending the fast. Now, some do a fast and start their eating at 9 so they can have breakfast and end at 5. Some people push it to 12 and eat, but there's that 8-hour window where you can eat. Now, can we eat anything? Well, there are some people say I can eat anything and it have the same results, the fat burning results. But wouldn't it be better if you chose some of these healthy foods, these healthy options that we're talking about? What are your concerns, pros and cons you think about intermittent?
See, he allows me to criticize. But intermittent fasting,
Today.
I actually really like. I've tried it. I really like intermittent fasting, especially for people who are in a mature dose, right? Like myself. It's really perfect because we don't need as much food. But intermittent fasting, you should be following a healthy diet during your waking hours. The idea is that you eat with moderation, right? You eat your 3 meals, a couple snacks. You eat a balanced diet, but you cut off your eating time at a certain time, let's say 7 o'clock, and then that's when your 10-hour fast begins. So if you cut off your eating at 7 o'clock, you're full, you're good to go, and then you don't eat another meal until 7 the next morning. Sure, have some water, right? But not another meal till 7 in the morning, and that will allow your body to naturally heal the cells, repair, and to rest, and allow your digestive system to rest. And so, yes, if your body needs energy, it's going to burn the fat that you already have, not from the meal you ate. So this also helps you not, eat at 11 o'clock at night and then go to sleep, or even eat at 9 and then go to bed with that digestive process still going on. So it's cutting off your eating early and just not eating for 10 hours. And so we're talking about evening to breakfast. So it's really not that bad if you think of it like that.
I did good in picking her as a wife. And one day I'll tell you the story of how I found her. And so here he goes. So we got
Okay.
She thinks I'm goofy. Y'all never seen me this goofy. I feel like we're dating today. Oh my God.
Here we go.
All right. So let's put up, thank you for keeping me online.
Okay. What's next?
Next is let's put up the Mediterranean diet. Now, I'm gonna do the okay. I like.
What was that? What was that?
That's my
Okay,
Mediterranean
go
diet.
ahead, go ahead.
All right, so oh my God, the Mediterranean diet. Now, check this out. I love this because it's good eating. Okay, it just doesn't say anything about time zones or anything like that. American Heart Association has it on their site. They're big. The Mediterranean diet. They're big on healthy fats, olive oils. It's kind of similar to the others we spoke of. We're talking about fresh fruits and veggies. And chicken, going organic. That's the Mediterranean diet, guys. What have you heard about it? What are your pros and cons? What do you think?
Mediterranean diet is great. In terms of statistics and research, it has been proven to be one of the diets for longevity and least amount of diseases, that people are healthier on the Mediterranean diet. And there are super tasty foods on the Mediterranean diet. So it's definitely worth looking into, and you will not sacrifice flavor, taste, satisfaction in eating when you do. It's primarily healthy fats, good foods, proteins. So I would say check it out. Mediterranean, delicious It's good.
I don't want to discount our people that are chiming in from our YouTube family.
Yes.
K-Bernai, oh my God, one of the most talented singers
That's
that
my
we know.
god
Oh my
sister.
God.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
Yes.
She says carbonated water
Yes.
as regular water, question mark. Now, okay. Now, I'll give you the CJ version.
Okay, CJ and then me. Yes.
Okay, because I'm a little more strict. The carbonated water I have an issue with. It does shoot up insulin levels a little bit. There are some studies. I did not bring the citation. I'm just answering your question real quick. But if you need to get liquid in your system and it's clear, you know what, go for it. Sis. Eva, what do you have?
I say avoid it.
Thank you.
Just
She's on my
get
team.
rid of it. I'm on CJ's team today. Just get rid of it. I know you want that bubbly and you feel like you need it, but it's the acidity in the bubbles you don't want. So try to stay away from carbonated beverages if at all possible. Drink lots of water. That can help tame your palate, but try to stay away from carbonated beverages. I definitely think it's just a better choice. So I know every now and again you might need it. So I'm always in favor of balance. So I'm not saying just don't have it at all, but if you gotta have it, once a week maybe. And there's a question from Facebook that someone's a sugar addict. Help. What would you say about a sugar addict, CJ?
See, now listen, here's the problem. I've had sugar babies. I call them sugar mamas or sugar babies that walked in my gym. And I'm going to give you a shout out. Marie Everlasting Love Benson. I'm giving you a shout out. All right. There you are. You know what? You're not the only one. Everybody can. I was addicted to sugar as a kid because that's what we had. Annihilators, this, that, and the other. And I know what you're talking about. And there are people that when they emotionally eat, they go right to sugar. I had a couple of clients, and they tell this story publicly. There are a couple of celebrities that when they walked in, I'll just put it out there. She's my love. She's already talked about it. Yeah, Tammy Mack, God bless you. I love her. She came in, signed up for CJ's Functional Fit, and we started training. And she was a sugar addict. So what I told her was I simply told her to it was like an hour-long conversation on trying to wane down on sugar. And I told her to just cut the Snicker bars in half. And she literally all started crying, literally, because she thought I was taking something away. And that's when I knew it's a bigger problem for more people than not.
It is. It really is.
It is a weaning. It is a definite weaning process. You have to, and when we talk about our habits section, it'll clear it up a little bit more. But you have to start developing habits that I say, just like a drug addiction or people that are all smoking tobacco and stuff like that. They have to wean off. They can't just go cold turkey, because what happens is you go 3 days cold turkey. It's like crack. Your body's craving it again. So
yes.
You fill the void when you wean down with activity. Fill your poor eating habit with an activity. I'm talking about simply walking. I'm talking about playing board games with your family.
Or switch it up with a healthier snack.
Or switch it up with healthier celery. We call it,
Yes.
no, I said celery. They don't nobody like celery.
No, cucumbers.
Yes.
A lot of people have, sugar are sugar addicts or call themselves sugar addicts. But there's actually more behind, you have to think about, why are you eating the sugar that you're eating? I love chocolate all the time, but in moderation, right? So I try to hold off, okay, I'm going to make it chocolate Sunday. On Sunday, I will have my chocolate. So everything I look at, I'm like, on Sunday, I'm going to eat that on Sunday. By the time Sunday comes around, I usually don't even want it, or I have just a little piece of chocolate and I'm good. When we fill our bodies with nutritious foods, we're going to be less likely to want those foods. It's almost like when you eat some chips. You eat some chips, who can eat one chip, right? So you eat one chip, you want another, the whole bag is gone. Choose an apple instead. It has the same crunch, gives you the same satisfaction. Nobody eats 10 apples. No one eats one apple. Okay, I'll have another one, maybe 2, but you're not going to eat 3 or 4 apples, right? Because your body's satisfied. So you have to switch out that behavior and ask yourself, why do I want this sugar right now? Something else is going on. So think about that.
Yeah, find the emotional crutch, but also, like you said, replace it with a snack that has some sweetness to it, but that'll benefit you. We talked about fibers, carbs. She talked about apples.
Fruits are naturally sweet.
Yeah, they haven't. Even if you can go from candy to a watermelon, that's so much better, because watermelon does have fiber, but that's going to work for you. And then also make sure you replace it with an activity. Oh man, I've got that sugar craving. Here's another trick. This is also one thing I tell my clients. When you're about to cheat on yourself, when it comes to your diet, I always tell my clients to drink the biggest glass of water, because that goes into your stomach and actually fills you up for a second.
Yes, it does.
And you tend to make better choices, and you may not be able to put all that down. So that's something else you want to think about, okay? Find snacks with a taste that you can replace. Find an activity to replace that time frame where you're feeling those cravings. And you do this, it takes 21 days. I might as well get into the habit right now.
Right.
It takes 21 days to create a habit. It takes 90 days to stick with it. So there is some accountability on your fault, on your part, okay? But again, this is a show for all of us. This is a community, so we're all in this together. I've seen it all. I've lived it all. Yes, even CJ will break down and have some sugar. Like I had a grape the other day. I was, oh my God.
My goodness.
Oh, God.
A grape? Oh. Really? That's sugar?
No,
Okay.
no. We went out to for celebrate her birthday.
Yes, we did.
And guess what? I enjoyed myself. You know, I don't do
did.
dessert, but I did enjoy myself, and she was actually proud of me. And so were some of my friends, because they don't see me eat anything. I do eat. All right. So before we continue, I want to go into another commercial break before we just start discussing habits. My PowerPoint went down, so I'm going off the top of my head. So that's amazing. You guys want no parts of it. I can't wait. But I have a book, guys, that's still out there that people are still growing from. You've seen some of my guests on the show. Navigating Through the Valleys of Success. Watch the commercial. I tried to be secular about this book, but I can't. Something's working within me.
DJ was already an incredible person, and then he wrote a book.
I turned to God as a person that stopped believing. So you will meet me there, and if not, you will see the works that help me get there.
If you want to know how to change and learn how to change from the inside out, you read this book.
Money is a real thing. It's a part of it. But what I show in the book, and I'm telling my young people out there, I'm walking you through business. This is a real business lecture 101. It's not the green that's going to keep you sustained. It's your influence. How well do you impart influence and love in people? How do I make you rich by a conversation we've had?
It's going to help you no matter what situation, no matter what trials or tribulations you're going through. It's going to give you that ammo that you need.
Watch God grow inside of me. Watch him show me why this went wrong to get to right. To him to say, you know what, God? I needed the tragedy too. I needed to feel loss. I needed to feel grief. I needed to feel let down. And thank God you've got me where I'm at in my marriage, with my kids, with my family, so I can see the blessings and I can tell somebody else how all those things I went through in the past got me where I'm at today.
You can get through anything if you just keep the faith and walk through that valley and don't give up. Don't turn back, don't look back, just keep looking forward, and the goal is right there. You just have to keep pushing forward.
Keep your brains in your head, keep your heart in your chest, and keep your pee-pee in your pants. And that's it.
That's great advice.
This will stay in your hearts for the rest of your life, and it will conquer the demons that lie in your mind.
All right, here we go.
Listen, you've got two books here. There's Navigating Through the Valleys of Success, a perspective in the thick of it. Mm-hmm. This was my independent OG with photos of the fam and everything. This was my heart, but then it started blowing up, and then Brookstone wanted to jump in, and they kind of sassified the book and turned it into a perspective in perseverance. Same content is in here. Listen, this is changing lives. You can get it on Amazon, but it'd be better if you want that autograph. Come get it from your boy.
And there's some juicy stories in here about
how
us.
we met.
I can't tell you. You got to read about it.
It's,
but if one day I'll have to give my version of the story, because CJ, he makes it sound little.
How we met.
Makes me sound so.
But she
see. I can't tell you.
She was instrumental in this book in creating the monster they called CJ. And she had to crack the whip a couple of times too. But you gotta get the book to find out.
I can't tell you.
Holler at your boy. Holler at your girl. Navigating Through the Valley of Success. Let's do it. All right. So, all right. I want to answer Francis's question. He had another question. What combinations of foods do I recommend? Do you recommend before lifting heavy? Hey, look, for any workout, if you're into heavy weightlifting, you're going to have to eat a lot, right? But timing is everything. I tell my clients, you don't want to eat too soon where you feel nauseous and you have to vomit throughout the workout. Now, unless you're MMA fighter, you're going hard into pain, you just want to push yourself to vomit, that's great. I mean, we can talk about that at a whole nother level of fitness. But if you're trying to create hypertrophy, I would say go ahead and eat like an hour and a half, and you're lifting big, so you can have a moderate meal. An hour and a half before you train. Now, starches are good. Now, as different from, oh man, I should be making money right now with all this advice. Starches are great for power lifters and heavy lifters, all right? But please be careful. The white starches, that's what's going to get you, okay? It doesn't benefit you. You know, go with the yam, sweet potato, the oranges, the colors, because they actually have a cutting effect, you know, that helps. And since you're a growing person and you're in a heavy lifting, you're going to need to eat a little more. Protein is also good because we talked about muscle repair. So meat, starch combination for if that's what you want, powerlifting, hypertrophy, weight training, that's good. Now, if you're going for cuts, we're talking about something different. If you're going for functionality, we're talking about something different. I just want to make sure I didn't forget your question, Francois. Thank you. Oh, and I hear you say you love the book. I know you love the book. I know you do.
Thank you.
That's right, because I see some of these comments on Amazon. You know, something compared to me to Ayanna Van Zant's book, you know. If you don't believe me, go check it out. I'm telling you, the book is the bomb. Now, I want to talk about, as we close, breaking habits, because habits are hard to break.
Yes,
you know,
they are.
Who is this? The evangelist, the Evangeline. I want to just give her a shout out again. Marie Evangelist Love Benson. This is for you.
Love.
Everlasting love.
That's right.
Ooh, Lord Jesus. Is it Valentine's Day yet? anyway, we're going to talk about habits. Poet is like, these people are crazy. She brings it out in me, man. You know, normally I'm all dignified. I got some jokes here and there.
All right, come on, let's go. What's next?
I'm just proud of you, babe. That's okay.
Thank you. What's next? Come on.
Good. All right, let's change habits for your wellness. Now, I gave this lecture in a shorter fashion. I did it in like 4 minutes, and I can do it again here at the Black Health Trust a couple of weeks ago. Had a great time, incredible. Sat in front of the most talented doctors in the country, and they invited their a trainer of all people, a trusted trainer, CJ, Dr. Cutter. What's up? Anyway, so here goes, changing habits for wellness. Now, I'm going to break this down. I'm going to talk, and I want your opinion.
Okay. I'm here.
Habits are behaviors when repeated enough become automatic. True or untrue?
That is true. Yes.
Absolutely. Yep. There's unhealthy habits of what we've been doing in this pandemic, sitting around not knowing what to do. Gyms are closed, trying to figure it out, eating because we're emotionally scared and stressed, and the stress is causing cortisol to blow up. Now we eat.
That's right.
And now we have this momentum, this gut. It's crazy, right?
Yes.
To healthy, doing simple activities to combat that, like walking and things of that nature. Okay, let's talk about the 4 components of a habit. Now, I'm so glad I went back to school because I have to catch up to Eva's educational intelligence. And
you're smart all by yourself. You're smart.
Well, damn it, baby. With that, I go. All right. Reference, get this book, guys, because I'm going off this. Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit. And also James Clear, the one I just finished, Atomic Habits. This goes along with what I've been telling my clients all along. And it's nice to reference a book that coincides with those values, along with those 5 behaviors or 6 behaviors of behavior. The 4 components of a habit is the cue. What is it that's triggering you to the behavior, good or bad? The second is the craving, the change a reward may bring. You haven't tried it yet, but girl, you look good. If I try that reward, what's that reward going to bring? Well, it got me married and 2 kids. Good Lord. Anyway, the response, the action, the thought or action.
Okay.
When I was trying to be in love with you, I had a lot of thoughts. You know, when I got in love with you, we had a lot of action. And then
food. We're talking about
food. We're talking about food. We ate a lot.
Habits.
That's what I'm talking
Go
about.
for it.
Habits.
Okay.
You're like crack. Anyway, then we're talking about the reward, the satisfaction of the craving. Now, this is called the habit loop. Let me give you these references again. I mean, I love books that mimic what I teach people. Charles Duhigg, The Power of Habit, and the best one, I think, which stirred from that, was James Clear's Atomic Habits. Now, how do we use the loop for good? Now, Eva, you might have read these books. I know you read a lot of books. You know, when you met me, I couldn't read. You know, but anyway, but I made it to college for you. All right, using the loop for good. Let's start with the cue. making the good habit obvious. Are you listening, Marie? Make the good habit obvious. And I'm going to give you an example. Hey, Eva, I read that walking was good for me. And I kind of saw people walking. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yes.
Is that a cue? Does that cue? If we were just talking in general, would that cue you to like, walking is kind of interesting?
Yes, it's kind of a subliminal message in a way. Yes, walking it's good for you. That's a fact. And it's easy. Most people walk. We walk around, and we can actually turn this into a physical activity that can burn calories and help improve our overall health.
Wow. Okay. So now we developed the cue, and you said subliminal. So that's pretty good to match with the cue. But now I developed this craving, right? When the craving phase, you want to make it desirable. So how about this? I know walking is good for my body and causes no pain. Plus, hey, I can share this with my loved one. Would that cause a craving, knowing the benefits of that? What do you think?
Yes, it can cause a craving, and now you're bringing in other people, so that increases your social circle and helps you feel a little bit more happy or satisfied that you're joining in with a support system.
Okay, so let's talk about the next phase, the response.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the response, I like to tell my clients to make it easy or pleasant. We don't just do burpees day one. I mean, we got to walk you through this, okay? It's a journey, all right? I know you see all the commercials on the YouTube videos, but trust me, when it goes down at the beginning, we're walking you to greatness, okay? Make it easy or pleasant. For example, walking my dog around the neighborhood for 30 minutes, that's easier than running. I think I can do that.
Absolutely.
Did I just make exercise pleasant?
You made exercise pleasant. You're walking your dog. It's easy. Listening to music while you walk your dog. There you go, right? We all like the good tunes, good music. It's relaxing, and there you go. And you're walking, skipping along to the beat.
And the last but not least, reward, making it satisfying. Hey, I just got done with my walk, babe. I feel energy at peace when walking, especially when I'm walking with you.
Oh,
see?
you're so sweet.
When this show's over, we start fighting. Just trust me. That's y'all. I'll mess with you. Okay. All right. We're about to getting close. More habit-breaking choices. Keep it simple. Keep it fun. How about replacing walking with playing with family in the park, gardening, low-impact virtual workouts, backyard games. Hold yourself accountable. Put it on a calendar, just like everything else you do in life. Make a commitment.
Make a commitment to yourself to do those positive things and to make those healthy habits stick.
21 days to create the habit, 90 days to stick to it. All right. Next, assemble an accountability team. A team of friends around you that will hold you accountable, whether they're all walking with you as a group, being careful, social distancing and masking, or someone you can call or that can call you and say, did you get your butt out there and walk today?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Put it out and go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget, write it down and stick it somewhere where you can see it.
You know it.
Write it down because, your friends are there. You wrote it down. You see it. You'll remember.
I'm going to leave you guys with this. When healthy habits are practiced, the easier it is to maintain them. The reward is a healthier you. Now, we didn't get into all that we need to get into because we got to close and we want to make sure we close on time. And I want to make sure you guys know where to go as we open up these gyms. My gym is open, y'all. Yeah, we open. Whew, thank you, Lord.
And it's a private studio.
So you don't have to worry about safe. You don't have social distancing. You don't have, it's one-on-one. It's not a gym full of people and it ain't trying to hit on you. I'm good, right? If you can see, if you don't see I'm good now, don't even show up at my gym, right? I'm good. I'm happy. You can hit us up at cjffla.com. We offer couples fitness. We offer small group privates. And one-on-one privates is what we specialize. We also offer corporate wellness programs for businesses. I've had a great success during the pandemic with that.
We have, because people have been at home just, what do we do? So, yes.
So I've
have to stay active.
Trained people from Canada, Mexico. I trained people in the UK. I've traveled all over the world without leaving my house.
Amazing.
But I did not get that passport for nothing, babe. We going out somewhere. We're going to train the world. Guys, I usually have the positive affirmation at the end, but I'm going to leave it to the queen. The queen. Will you leave our people, our community, our village with some positive affirmations before we go as they get back to
Stay positive and make small changes. Every little step toward positivity counts. So just love yourself and do good for yourself. Those are my final words. You got to love yourself first.
Us at CJ Functional on all social media, YouTube, Cleon Joseph, Facebook. You can hit me up on all my pages. I'm an open book. You ain't gonna see no Instagram models. The only Instagram model I'm gonna see is this, and I don't do any twerking. All right, so I'll see unless you want me to. Unless we do twerk. Okay. All right. So anyway,
twerking, no splits. No.
You don't have to be a fighter to feel like one. Let's train. This is Mentorship Moments. We are the village. Each one teach one. See you in 2 weeks. Dr. Cutter and Cassandra Britt Nickerson. Cancer, obesity, and cancer. Boom.
Be there.